Durban's Kingsmead Cricket Oval and Trinidad's Queen's Park Oval are both at risk of serious sanctions from the ICC for similar issues faced during the last week. At both venues, waterlogged outfields were rated as poor by match referees. In South Africa, the first test between the host nation and New Zealand ended in a damp draw on Tuesday after 1.5 days and only 22 overs were possible in Port of Spain between the West Indies and India, both due to sudden outfields. Match referees' reports have been forwarded to both respective home boards, which now have 14 days to respond. ICC regulations state the maximum punishment for a venue which incurs the poor rating for the first time is a $15,000 fine, a warning, and a directive for appropriate corrective action. Now, while the Queen's Park Oval faces possible sanctions, as you just heard from the ICC, someone with close ties to the famed venue and who was present at the Oval for all 5 days of the rained-out test, Lester Kasimi, shared his thoughts on the matter with our very own Nasir Mohammed.
Touted by Kasimi as the Rolls-Royce of cricket grounds in the Caribbean, it was mind-boggling to spectators and cricket enthusiasts alike that the outfield remained waterlogged for 4 days. When rain falls at the QPO, within an hour the water is drained off and play able to resume. But it was just not to be this time around. When rain falls at the Queen's Park Oval, within an hour the water is drained off and play able to resume. But it was just not to be this time around.
So something went wrong, and it had nothing to do with the groundsmen, it had nothing to do with the ground staff. It had to do with, based on the reports coming out of that television station from the Caribbean man who's responsible for all the grounds in the Caribbean, that it was a maintenance issue.
Under the outfield, there are approximately 50 tanks with connected pipelines which drain the water out into the main runoff that facilitate the surrounding areas when there is rainfall. Kasimi explained that instead of running off, the water rose and backed into the QPO.
I had one official from the West Indies who represented, and this official from the Oval made it very, very clear to me that it was a maintenance issue and nothing else, because the water was just something that's happening under there that should have been dealt with before, probably. It didn't happen to the extent that it happened. He was saying that the amount of times, 3-4 times per year, that it should be maintained, and he don't think it was probably maintained as often as that.
Kasimi reckons because of QPCC's pride and resilience, there's no doubt that this situation will be rectified as soon as possible and restore confidence in what he believes to be the best cricket ground in the Caribbean.
They are always on top of things. This one got away. And so the ground might be downgraded, I'm told, but it wouldn't take long again for it to be upgraded back to its normal, pristine position.
Reporting for C Sports, I am Nasir Mohammed.